Now you guys see why I cover foreign policy. I can't wait to talk about this because this story is going to be one of the biggest stories of this year. And now, isn't it funny how all the leftists who was raising the flag about the start of this new Cold War because of Russiagate and the ramping up of tensions? I still remember because I was one of the people that was like, bro, if you elect Joe Biden, hell, I remember in 2016, I was like, bro, there's no way Hillary Clinton, with her insane policies against Russia, like shooting down planes in the no-fly zone in Syria, that's insane. That's insane. And I know these neoliberal goons because they have complete complicity of the deep intelligent community and deep intelligent state. They can coordinate and start a new Cold War. And that's exactly what they were planning to do. That was very obvious. You guys know how I know this? I can go back and show you guys some old I told you so tweets and coverage. I'm going to spare you guys because you guys know I love to do that. But you guys remember when we covered Afghanistan and Biden pulling out of troops of Afghanistan, which, to be clear, Biden did not end the war in Afghanistan. He changed strategies. I'm gonna do a segment on the International Leftist Coalition about that. So I remember after that, I seen people like Kyle Kalinske. I seen a lot of TYT Sphere people. They was like, "Oh my God, you guys not even gonna praise Biden for pulling out of Afghanistan? What will you guys get on credit on?" That's an argument that Kyle Kalinske made. Because people will get mad at Kyle because he was like going full Biden bro during the whole Afghanistan thing. And I remember because I was curious. I want to hear your explanation. Like, I want to hear you. And his explanation on why he did it, because he said if you don't praise these politicians when they do good things, they will never have incentive to do good things. Oh, that was legitimately his reason for praising Biden for Afghanistan was literally because he thought if he praised Biden, that would make Biden more likely to do good things. This is what you hear from the TYT crowd. I heard this all the time. You have to get Obama props when you do good. You have to get Biden props when you do good. Because how will you incentivize them to do more? As if that's their incentive.
Yeah. How about you just do your job? How about you do your job? How about, having to have an incentive? I don't know. I just think that take is ridiculous. But I remember when the news came out, oh, Biden's pulling out, pulling out the war. You were one of the few that Biden is not stopping no war. Stop it. Like, stop it, guys. He was like, stop it, guys. I don't know if you got the receipts, but you got me as a witness because I remember.
So the point is, since economic war leads to all this death, massive destruction, why would you praise someone and claim someone is ending a war and a conflict when they are continuing to sanction the country? That did not make sense. So now you got Joe Biden and his administration that is refusing to release Afghanistan funds, which is leading to 23 million. About half of the population is they said food insecure. They're starving. Now, my question to you guys, what hot war recently had led to the starvation and the displacement of 23 million people? If Biden is really this anti-war president, as he claimed, I remember he was on CNN, like, I'm ending the wars. Why, despite the fact that he ended a war that cost $300 million a day, Afghanistan, right? Why would he expand the military budget? I asked this question multiple times and never got an answer for any of the people who wanted to praise Biden for Afghanistan. Because logically, since Afghanistan was an extremely expensive war, if you're going to pull out Afghanistan, you must de facto decrease your military budget, right? So we said when we covered Afghanistan back then, I told you guys, don't praise Biden because he's just changing the strategy of the military-industrial complex. So instead of investing all the resources in Afghanistan, they're going to rely on covert drone strikes and financial war. And then they're going to put all the money to where? The Cold War. Now we get back to the topic, right? So now I want to get back to this, and I want to get CJ's response. Because we said, when we did the segment, I told you guys, they're going to end the war in Afghanistan, and they're going to ramp up the Cold War. I need to find that clip. There's another amazing moment where I was right, guys. I just want to let you guys know. So anyway, let's share this. This is from Anthony Blinken, the guy that was on Sesame Street this year. Then he was on Sesame Street a few years ago.
Ridiculous.
You guys want to know why I say America is the most propaganda?
Socializing our kids to war. Socializing our kids to warmongers. Believe that?
Making war seem cuddly. making war and imperialism seem cuddly. So this is coming from Anthony Blinken. So you said I spoke to Danny Bass today and reaffirmed that we have given Russia two paths. Diplomacy is the preferable path, but we are prepared either way. I don't think you even have to be well read to understand how fucking insane that last statement is. We are ready. Blinken is pretty much like, bro, nuclear war, down for whatever. Down for whatever. Nuclear war, down for whatever. Despite the fact that you have people, and we're going to get into this very soon, you have people in the Ukraine. There's like, U.S., what the fuck? We don't want you involved in this. And I'm talking about people on the ground. And I want to show you guys who the U.S. is supporting in Ukraine. And I'm going to show you guys what's coming from the liberals, because I want you guys to understand that these liberals are enemies that we need to face. Why do you always go after liberals, Nick? I'm going to show you guys here very soon. Why? Because I'm going to show you guys what their talking points that came from Russiagate. This was always what Russiagate was leading to. The expansion of the military budgets and this endless war.
For that, I mean, the push is just blatant, the push to war.
This is what's happening right now. And I want you guys to understand how nefarious this is. And I told you guys to read history. If you haven't started, do it now. Do it now. One of the things that led me to being anti-establishment was reading history, because I saw how empires lead. And you see the endless war that is being plagued by empire to empire. Empires have fallen, like Rome, for example, for overextending empire while allowing people in their home country to starve. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? So if you study history, you know exactly why Biden is doing this. And then you understand how nefarious this is. So I'm going to ask you guys this question. What happens when you have a politician whose numbers tank? What happens when you have empires historically? Rome, France. When you have leaders whose popularity tank? They start conflict. Because there's nothing that saves the president more from tanking rating than uniting the populace against a common enemy. So do not get
9/11.
Exactly. There's multiple reasons why they're doing that, and we're going to explain this here during the segment. One, because they got to justify the military budgets. But trust me, and don't get twisted. The liberal bubble believe Russiagate is a winning issue. They think that's why they won 2020, and they think the American people are afraid of Putin and Russia. So they are purposely trying to start World War III in order to save Joe Biden. Look at this insanity. Just then, Biden administration is writing up military orders to be sent to Eastern Europe. Imagine, okay, you guys understand there's a large segment, and now we're going to break down why this is absolutely ridiculous. And I may break it down in live form. I'm going to show you guys a very cringe video. But I want to show you guys what's coming from the Democratic Party. But you guys know, if you ask Puerto Rico and ask a lot of Puerto Ricans, they don't want to be a U.S. territory. In fact, we don't even give them statehood because that would give them a lot of benefits. So imagine, use your imagination here, decolonize your mind, throw out Western chauvinism. Imagine if Russia put troops and started arming radical, racist militias. And once again, I had to make up this scenario because it's not really a comparable scenario, right? Imagine there was like these radical Nazi racists who want to purge ethnic groups in Puerto Rico. Imagine if Russia was funding that group to separate from Western influence. That is what's happening in Ukraine.
Right.
You guys believe me? Look, you guys know what side that we are on in this war? Check this out. But he's saying, oh my God, if you're not anti-Ukraine, if you're not on the left, you're not rooting for the United States-led insurgency in Ukraine, you are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. If we are not rooting for Ukraine, back CIA rebels, because I already spoiled it, right? Who's fighting the people against Putin in Ukraine? CIA trained paramilitaries. So we took people, like we do in every country, CIA infiltrated that Ukraine and led an anti-Putin movement. So who is part of this anti-Putin movement, you ask? So just like we financed jihadist terrorists, we are funding neo-Nazi racist extremists in the Ukraine. But go ahead and tell me, Go ahead and tell me how you're the anti-racist party.
Yeah, tell us how voting blue will save democracy.